Welcome guys, welcome back. I'm sure you're here again to join me to check out this Mark III again. Some of you, I'm sure, you've been following the Mark III more than anything else, and you're always waiting to see what's next on this car. So I thought today I'll bring up my motivate myself and come out here and do some more videoing. I've been a bit slack with the videos because you just don't get many views on YouTube, and with this type of car, they're just old. Not many people are into Mark threes. Only a few, really, big Supra enthusiasts would know about these cars. But most of you guys are about the Mark fours. You all want Mark fours and the 2Js. This, unfortunately, is not a Mark IV. Sorry, guys, if you're here for a Mark IV. I don't own a Mark IV, and it's not a 2J. If you've never seen this car before, then I'll give you a quick tour of the car and also catch you up on what's actually happening with the car. And maybe I'll do some special features on the car as well. I haven't done that for a while. So if you're new to this channel, come over and join me in a little adventure of the Mark IVs. Now, I've had a car cover on top of it, so I've just taken the cover off now. And I thought you guys might want to see it again in broad daylight. The last time I think it was a little bit dark, so I thought I'll do another feature on this car, and I'll do maybe some close-ups and just show you what's so unique about this old Supra, the forgotten Mark III. Just a quick view here. You've got the indicators here and another indicator there on the side, and it's got another light at the bottom there, which some people say is a fog light, but on my particular model, it's not a fog light. It's actually a driving light. It's just a parker light, pretty much. On this car, it's actually a parker. It behaves just like a parker, which on some models they put the clear lens here, or here, sorry, on here, and the indicator here, and the parker would be there. But this car does not have a parker up there, hence they put it down there. So I've had the car cover on it. Wow, look at that paint. I don't know if it shows on the camera here, but it's black, but it's a different kind of black. It's not your common black. It's not a pure black, actually. It's got a mixture of some type of red pearl in it, and it only reflects in really good sunlight. Like right there, you can sort of see it, like it's kind of reflecting reddish. Makes it look a bit of purple. Sometimes it looks purple, but most days, in most sunlight, it looks black. Especially during the evening, it's just black. You can't even see the specks of red in there at all. And the paint code on this car is actually paint code. It's a Toyota paint code 206. 206 is the paint code. So if you want to paint your Mark III or any of your Supras, like maybe a Mark IV, if you want to use this paint, it's a Toyota paint code 206. It's like a black, I don't know what you call it, what the name of it is though. But yeah, just Google it, 206 Toyota paint code. That's what it is. It's very, very difficult to see. Like, it looks black. Look at that. It just looks like black. And then it changes when you look at it in different lights, different angles. And it's really one of my favorite things about this particular car is like the paint. This paint code is really, really, really interesting to me. I don't know what it is. I used to want a gray one. I've seen some gray ones. That was the first Mark III I ever saw was gray, like a really dark kind of gray. And I thought that was the best thing ever. I never knew that these ones existed in this color. I thought they were just black. So that's the thing. You just roll it up like that. Oh, okay. Oh, come on. So this is the annoying thing about this. Look at that. You got little insects that live in there. Insects, come on. Really? It's like I'm building a house for insects, not cars. Alright, so fold it up like that. Best way to do it. Best way to do it. Now, yeah, so I did ceramic coated this car sometime last year, and the ceramic coat is actually still good. And even when it gets really, really dirty, I give it a good wash, and it really comes back. Like right now, there's a bit of dirt on it because it's been sitting for 2 weeks now. The dust is settled on it. I gotta give it another rinse, probably just with the hose pipe. But other than that, it looks good. This protector is keeping it protected, at least from the elements, the sunlight, the extra sun, especially in summer. In summer, it's a definite must to put that cover on. That cover on must be on this car because this paint, you don't know how good they are. They can peel. Once it start peeling, you gotta repaint it. It's nothing you can do to save the paint when it starts to peel on these kind of cars. And being old technology of paint, it will most likely peel. I've seen some. This is my second Supra, so I know from the first one that it does peel. All right, let's take this and find a place for it. One arm lift. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rest it just here. I'm just gonna rest it there because I'm not gonna take it off for very long anyway. I had that thing on backwards, so I need to flip it around and put it the correct way so that this vehicle, so that the cover sits nicely. Now, I'll just stand back here, give you a wider shot of it. Now, these wheels, they're not the original wheels for this car, obviously. They're not the original wheels, but they're very close. They're very, very close to the original styling. And I was going to take them off and put different ones on, but then I realized they're so close to original as in styling, which is a JZA70 model. This is a MA70, but they've put the JZ70 wheel style on it. So I'll probably keep them. And maybe if I'm gonna replace them, I'll probably replace them with something similar again. Now, let's get down to this vehicle again. It is a 3 liter, which gives it away. It's not a 1J. It's definitely not a 1J because a 1J has a 2.5. This is a 3.0 single turbo. A 1J has twin turbos. It's a single. It's got this really nice aggressive lip that makes the car look a little bit more aggressive than the regular Supras, or the most common Supras anyway. Under here it does have an intercooler, just a standard stock intercooler, just under there, but I don't think you'll be able to see it. It's kind of really bad lighting right now, so hopefully you can see it, but I don't think you will be able to. It's got these pop-up lights, which they ended making the pop-up lights on this model of Supra. Never again did they ever make another Supra with pop-up lights, unfortunately, because they're really, really, they were a very interesting thing in the 80s to see lights lifting up, and the 70s as well. That design is from the 70s, really, but it was very popular in the 80s because of the Ferraris and that, it had pop-up lights. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Somebody admiring the car there. Yeah, that's another thing to do with these cars is to put a cover on, because you do get a lot of people passing by. They slow down to look at the car, and obviously when you have, oh, let's see, I didn't scratch the paint with that. I put the key right on top of the paint job then. Um, yeah, you probably want to have a cover just so that you can, stop people admiring it too much, and one day you might find it's missing. One other thing that I could show, I guess, back here is that with this is a 1988, sorry, 1989 and 89 to 90 model. They are the same styling. That's when they made this particular one. It had this long red tail light, like one piece. It looks like one piece, but it's actually a three-piece. It's a three-piece tail light with the plastic, whatever you call it. It looks like a tail light in there as well, but it's not. There's nothing in there. They used to end here in 87, and then 88, 89, they started making them up to like full length. The other thing, it is a limited edition, and with a limited edition, I will try to show what is the difference between a limited edition and a normal or the common Mark IIIs. Limited editions came with a few extra features that has taken me a while to discover. Some of them are obvious, some of them are not obvious. So I will try to cover the ones that I've discovered so far. I like the look of this whole, like this one-piece look, or this three-piece tail light, I should call it, three-piece. And you got that wing as well, with the tail light in the middle as well. And obviously they've got this aftermarket exhaust. It's not stock, definitely not stock. They used to have a twin tail pipe muffler, but it's replaced with a single tip, 3-inch all the way, and it's got a staggered setup on the wheel setup. So the front are more narrower, the back ones are wider, with a slightly deeper dish. Need to polish these up because I've got dust that's just been blowing in from underneath, and probably should tire shine these. It's been a while since I tire shined it. What else does it have? Let's see. Should I start in the boot? Let's see. What can we do? Let me put the key in there. Hopefully we've got some power. Ooh, I've got a new battery, so it should have power. Oh yes, it's got power. Look at that. 2 weeks of exhaust smoke just takes a couple of seconds to clear. 1989. It's not gonna be perfect. I'm sure it's gonna need some new rings or something eventually. again. People cannot stop talking about the car. It's hard to make films with this car because you're always getting people stopping over trying to talk to you and asking questions all the time. So it's, yeah. Where will I sit? Okay, so let's jump inside, I guess. Another thing, it does come with a limited edition. Definitely all limited editions came with the Tiger roof. So you got this roof here which actually removes, but it's annoying. It's really it's annoying. It's got 4 bolts to hold it down, but it's annoying taking it off. You got these mirrors, which is it's got a button right here which folds the mirrors as well. So pressed it. Okay, so once you press that, they fold back out. So I've got a few things here to show you. Let me see if I could show from the passenger side. Okay, now from the passenger side here, one thing a limited edition definitely should have is this digital dash. That is definitely a must. They all have that. It's got oil pressure, turbo pressure. It's got this display here for the I guess it tells you when things are, like the doors are open and things like that. It tells you where things are. It also tells you the status of your engine. It's your body control things as well, like your doors are open. Suspension, which I will press suspension settings. There you go, you got soft, hard, and the next one up, it does have 3 levels of suspension hardening. It's a damper, so there'll be one more up here which is the hardest, and that comes on in emergency braking or when you're steering. When steering is needed, like extra stiffening is needed for better improved steering at higher speeds, that light does come on. I think around 80 kilometers, between 60 and 80, you definitely see this light to full hard. Right now it's on medium. Then it does have another warning, like your brake sensors do show up underneath the wheels here, like with the wheels. There's also another one right there. I will switch off the car, see if we can get that to light up. So it's off. Let's switch it back on. There you go, that's a full set of warnings. Your engine, that lights up when there's a fault with the engine. This one here is a suspension. When there's a fault, the orange one, it's a suspension fault. Engine check lights, tail lights, doors. So it's got a lot of things here that could be useful in the GT model, because this is a GT model as well. It says at the back GT, so it definitely is a GT. So in a GT, I'm sure you'd really want to have as much information on your dash here to tell you what's going on with your car. This warning here, I'm not sure. I think that's an overheating warning. Brake warning, like brake level, fluid level, battery. And you got this Formula 1 style tachometer there. Your speedometer in kilometers, your shift position, your coolant temperature on that side there, and down here you've got your clock. Oh, I can't see it. Oh, there we go. You've got a clock, which is the settings, and you've got your fuel range. Right now it's showing 0, which is not true. There is some petrol in there, and if there's not, I'll probably have to put some. It's got it sitting on the hill. It takes a while to register on this car. It's really getting old. So your fuel scale is here. Your trip meter right here, and that's where the trip counter's right up there as well. A, B, reset, AB, there you go. Over here we got your rear demister, hazard light, your coin little box there, which I've never ever used. It's totally useless. And it switches car back on. Oh yes. So and here you've got automatic setting for your vents. I can't remember how it really works, but all I know from my experience is that when you press a button, it pretty much sets your temperatures. It controls everything automatically according to what the temperature setting you put here. So you got the temperature setting right there, 25 degrees Celsius, 30 degrees Celsius is full hot and cold. So when you put on cold, the air conditioner will come on automatically. The vents will come on automatically as well when it needs. I don't know how it does it. Don't ask me how, but it does it. And you got your automatic setting again here. This one here, when you put the temperature to hot. Oh, hang on. Okay, so at the moment, let's see, put on code number 3. It's on hot, cold, air conditioning, or you can put on economic if you want to save petrol. But why do that when you can go all the way cold? So I'll put on full cold right now just to see if it will get cold. Now the other thing with these ones as well, that they did come, obviously it's been changed. I've got a CD player, well it's not a CD player, I've got a multimedia player here. The aftermarket Alpine is what I went for. It's okay, I'm not 100% satisfied with this. I would have preferred to have the original CD player there, honestly, because the GT limited edition came with a CD player, cassette player, and a radio. And I have a lot of CDs, and I really miss playing. I miss playing CDs. I miss playing CDs in this car. I know you can just download your music from iTunes and all kinds of multimedia, your media download streaming apps. But honestly, I'm a little bit old school. I want my CDs. I really like my CDs, and I don't wanna miss them. Why couldn't there? If I wanted a CD player in here, I would have had to pay $1,000, $1,200 for a CD player unit. Whereas a multimedia Alpine, this one is media Alpine only, which works off Bluetooth. It costs $700 Australian dollars for that one there, and you're not really fully happy even after you get it. I'm not 100% happy, really not. Now let's get back to the functions of this car, the features of this car. Here we also have, because this one came with a fancy, the highest model CD player they could have afford to put in his car back then, it would have been similar to what a Lexus would have had in the early days. It had it came with an amplifier under the seat here. So if you look under your seat, if you have one of these models, you actually see a black box under the seat, under the passenger seat, and that one controlled the side door speakers. It's a two-way, one there, and a tweeter underneath it, right down here. So you got two-way unit, and that is not on all of them. I think they stopped doing that in the about 1991 models. And at the back, in the far corners right there, you have a speaker, and it's also a two-way. A speaker there and a subwoofer right behind it in each corner. A speaker there and a subwoofer right behind it. So let's go down to the back and check out what I actually have back there. So this is what I have back here. The roof, well, the door's up. I got the shade. Very lucky to have this shade cover. If you want a shade cover, I could get you one, but I think I know where I can get one. Back here, obviously, I've got some gauges that I intend to put in this vehicle, but I haven't gotten around to it. But I definitely do, and I spilled a tire paint right here. I'm gonna have to work out how to get this off. Looks like I might be able to dissolve it off the carpet, but I spilled it. I didn't know it was open, the can opened while I was driving, I guess, and yeah. So now back here, this is the other speaker I was talking about. You got a speaker just there, and this is where you click your roof when you've disconnected it. And I've got a couple of amplifiers I'm actually interested in trying out, which is these two there. I might connect a subwoofer or something to just give it more bass. This car does lack bass, but that could be due to the speaker that I've put in here. It's not very good. I got one good one over there, but a bad one over here, and they're brand new. For some reason, they've given me a bad speaker. Now, let me show you what I actually have under there. Okay, so that cupboard does work. Let me see if I can remove that. Let's look underneath, check underneath here. There you go, guys. It's not a 1J, it's a 7. It's an old 7, the old Mach 3, 3-liter 7M GTE engine. Single turbo, and the turbo sits right there. Right there. You can just see it. And the pipes, it's a bit too dark, you probably won't see where it goes, but there's your turbo. It is a CT26 Toyota turbo. You can just see some of the writing there, Toyota. There it is, yes, single turbo. Yeah, there it is. And there's your intercooler, which is sitting right there. They're not very big. It's good enough for 1989. I mean, it's for a stock standard car, so it's fine. But I probably need to replace it. I need to replace it for sure. Alright guys, go for a quick drive. Put this this camera somewhere stable. It's not sounding very good, because this car is not 100% healthy, obviously. I've been getting a few problems. Well, one particular problem, sometimes the idle does dip really low in the revs. Guys, it drives pretty good. More than happy with it. More than happy with it. Oh, it's so nice and sunny right now. I feel like taking the roof off. I'm not sure if I want to do that right now, but got a warning light. Isn't that great? Sometimes this warning light will come up, this engine check light will come up, sometimes it doesn't. So I don't know if this problem is real or if it's just a phantom fault. Like it's really, yeah, it's not good. So I'll switch off the engine, restart it again. Let's put it into neutral. What a day. Cars, they never stop. They never stop braking. So it's gone, but it keeps coming back. When I reset it, it comes right back. Now, one thing I was going to say is that it's an automatic, and it's got two modes. It's got three modes actually. Electronic shift, electronic whatever you call this thing. Anyway, it's got two modes. It's got power mode and it's got a manual mode. And those two modes, you can actually see them right there in the display. They change: manual, power, and you do have a third one, which is economy. But who wants to have the Supra in economy? Definitely not. When you're in power, it's automatic, but it gives it faster shifts. In manual, you gotta shift it manually yourself. Then you got drive, third gear. So you got third gear, second gear, and first gear, and you can actually go directly to the gears that you want. And you can start in first, or you can start in second. Third, it doesn't start in third, but it starts in second for sure there. But you can down change from third to second, and down to first as well. So let's give that a go. Let's give that a go. Put you there. See if we can get a view of the shifting. Start off in first gear. Oh dear. This might be a bit difficult to do with one hand because the camera just fell down as I try to do the. I'll do it slowly. So first gear, second gear, third gear, down change, one more. Yeah, that's a fun thing about this car, is that you've got an option of driving it like a manual, but you're not a manual. And our fault has come back on because it's got a problem somewhere. So, end of the fun. I want to see if I could get a another view from the outside and while I'm driving. How am I going to do that? I'm going to have to put the camera right in the center of the road. It's kind of weird. I hope nobody runs over my camera.